Good day, location in Vancouver Island. Looking forward to some amazing questions as per usual. I don't live on Vancouver Island. Vancouver Island is the home of the late great John Bitternagel, and as I'm waiting for the questions to pop up, I'm going to talk about John Bitternagel. Let me just have a look here. So, just in case I didn't say, I'm the man who takes people out and has them live interact with or eyewitness a Sasquatch. It's an absolutely beautiful day. Exhibitions have started, and I'm really excited. I'm not going to give any sort of dates or anything. Here we go. Just let me have a second here. I'm trying to see where. I remember it was a little sneaky. I'm doing this right from my phone. There we go. I see. Oh no, it was up and then they're gone. There we go. There's Kyla. Kyla. Now what do I have to do? I have to hold my finger on here to make sure that the messages don't keep disappearing. Isn't that weird? Anyway, you guys are awesome. I hope to have some fantastic questions. I just wanted to talk about it recently I'm looking at the old interview. In case you don't know, so John Bitternagel said, "I'm firmly convinced that Todd Standing has in fact filmed, portraits of the Sasquatch face." John was very old school, so cool. It makes me actually miss. If you didn't know John Bitternagel, he was just this. The word gentleman is I feel like he's one of the first real full-fledged gentlemen I've ever met in my whole life. What a gentle, awesome, fantastic, amazing man he was. Just gentle and honest and good and truthful. But I remember him talking about, and so a lot of you people that have seen a Sasquatch, we're not going to be skipping, are we? I hope you can still hear me. A lot of people that have seen a Sasquatch would say, okay, I'm frozen up on my end, hopefully you guys can see me, is every person who sees a Sasquatch discovers it for him or herself. And that discovery is made within them. But after that, there's discomfort and ridicule. And that's what a lot of these new people that are doing Sasquatch, I think a lot of them are really about that is, I guess it even kind of started with someone like Wes from the Sasquatch Chronicles, where he would listen to what people have to say. He would just shut up and listen. And it was really good for people to start talking about it, because seeing a Sasquatch is very, very traumatic. Hey, Dave from Surrey, I just went past you yesterday to get here to Vancouver Island. I came from Calgary, but it's very, very traumatic to actually see a Sasquatch, and to be traumatized and see one and then be ridiculed and treated like a jerk when you know what you saw. I mean, today I'm going to talk about Aaron from Tennessee. I hope he can tune in today, or he'll watch the show somehow. He just had this really cool Sasquatch. So I'll tell you about his Sasquatch encounter. So Aaron just gave me a donation and really wanted to talk to me, and I'm so happy. So he was driving in an area close to the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. I also have an expeditioner, Justin, doing some work there that's really cool in the Smoky Mountains. I have a couple people, so it's been pretty fantastic. Anyways, about 9 years ago, he's an ornithologist. He's an ear doctor. If ornithologist is not right, I apologize. Don't. Anyways, so he's driving to work. He had maybe like a 30-mile drive to work every day. He's driving on this road, and a car was stopped in front of him. So on a highway, and it's not a busy highway, a very dead highway is how he explained it. So he pulled over behind them, and then just kind of drove past them, and he saw them all looking off over to the right. And over to the right was a Sasquatch. And the Sasquatch is kind of just standing there incognito, and the couple, he said they were older couple in a pickup truck. And if you've seen a Sasquatch about 9 years ago and you're an older couple, or you know an older couple, I sure would like to speak with these people. But anyways, apparently the Sasquatch there just grabbed a raccoon that was roadkill, and then he said it was huge. The Sasquatch, he kept saying that the hand was like, bigger than a basketball. He put his hand on that raccoon. He made the raccoon look like a little mousy thing, the way the Sasquatch's hand was so much bigger. And then it bounded down this area. He said just no man could do that. And that's really, what kind of authenticates the sighting to me, and even kind of perplexes me. Why was the Sasquatch, what was it doing grabbing a raccoon roadkill? But anyways, that's beside the point. Just if I cut out without leaving, I apologize. Just take it like a commercial break. I'll be right back. Well, I really wish this platform that we're on that I can't be named, like it's like Voldemort in Harry Potter. the platform that cannot be named. I really wish they would get their crap together because this is just ridiculous. But anyways, what was he's just very passionate about his discovery of the Sasquatch, because a lot of people they make that when you eyewitness it, you make that discovery for yourself. So very very cool, and that's a lot about what I think people that are doing what I do are all about. So I can't believe how many things are going wrong with this freaking live stream right now. Unbelievable. So this is totally pathetic that YouTube can't get their crap together like this. Greetings from Louisiana. I just talked to a girl from Louisiana yesterday. That was really cool. Just want to say thank you for all your hard work and researching Bigfoot. That's so cool. I hear a little bit about Bigfoot in Louisiana. I'd love to hear more stories, because it's very. There's Phil for tuning in, Phil. Just it's so everybody knows I'm here. I love Vancouver Island. I'm really happy to be here, but my dad's ill, so I'm out here just helping him. He's getting a surgery. So, but you guys are so important to me, and it's so important that I do these shows. So, and I'd love you guys to give me some awesome, crazy questions like you guys always do. Virginia, hey, fantastic. Where are you on Vancouver Island? I am all over from Victoria up to Nanaimo and back and forth. So yeah. Anyways, I'm in. Hey Liverpool, Steve. If you're in Vancouver, I don't have much time here. I only have a couple sightings to go investigate. But anyways, it's just like a family thing. I'm here. So Todd, how do you feel about all these Bigfoot shows now blowing on TV? I guess by blowing you mean you don't really like them. I don't really watch them. I saw an episode of a show that I kind of liked. It seemed interesting, but I don't know. I knew it was coming. Everybody's chasing me for a TV show right now, and I may have something that's going to start up. But we'll just take it. These network executives, dealing with them, like they live in glass houses and cement, and trying to explain to them that Sasquatch is real is very difficult, and doing it with integrity is something that I won't fake a show like Bear Grylls. I would do a real show like Survivor Man, like I did with Survivor Man, and if I won't compromise that at all. So hey Todd, thank you for your time. Climb trees very easily because they're so powerful, just like a chimpanzee. Chimpanzees have mid-tarsal joints in their feet and incredibly powerful hands. Incredibly powerful. I've seen gorillas on video climb trees. Their hands are so incredibly powerful. And a gorilla must have a mid-tarsal. So hopefully you heard all that I said about mid-tarsal joint. Gorillas, just primates are so incredibly, immensely, ridiculous, powerful. I'm going to be freezing up once in a while. I don't know what the heck's going on. Technology, I love technology. I'm very grateful for it. But where are you? Bigfoot Forest, Vancouver. Awesome. You say awesome. We should go for a walk. Nowhere treacherous. That's all I do is treacherous, though. And I have some pretty cool. I have a very interesting sighting that hopefully I can go film. Somebody just had very recently here on Vancouver. Vancouver Island is so lush. It's so abundant. John Bitternagel lived here because it's the most abundant place for life on Earth, with the shellfish, the fish, the salmon runs, the berries, all the vegetables that can grow. It's ridiculously lush and abundant here. So ecologically, if there's a graph where you can say the most sustainable place for life in the world is Vancouver Island, British Columbia. And it truly is. John showed me the stats. Out here you can grow potatoes, carrots, you can grow peaches, plums, nectarines, grapes, like just most everything grows out here except extreme tropic stuff like pineapples and lemons and limes. But that stuff is not, tremendously nutritious anyways. You can, compared to broccoli, carrots, and all the other beans and everything you can grow out here, and the fish and the berries, it's so abundant. Todd should have come to Australia. I want to come to Australia. I am coming to Australia. Here you go. There's some breaking news. I'm coming to Australia, completely non-Bigfoot related. I'm going to go do some Bigfoot stuff. So I just have so many people. So Australia is just calling. It's always been calling me. I get so much interest. I love the Australian people. I love Australia. I've never been to Australia. It just looks so amazing. The Darnum Junk Aboriginal tribe of the Blue Mountains has been asking me to come out there for over a decade. I got to get my butt out to Australia. I really do. So it's It's a wonderful. I don't know. The people are look at Chris Hemsworth and all these big action stars, all the way back to the guy from Gladiator, Russell Crowe. Like Australia, I don't know what you guys are putting in the water down there, but those people, the Aussies are cool. And I get Aussies up here as lifties, and I meet tons of Australian people. We have to have an Australia Day for the local ski hills because there's so many Australians that work at the ski hills. It's really cool. I love it. We love our Aussies out here, and I also know you always call someone a Kiwi first. Those are New Zealanders, because if you call a Kiwi person an Aussie, they get upset. But if you call an Aussie a Kiwi, they don't mind. So just having some fun. I'd help fund that. Help fund what? Todd, do a documentary, man? Well, I'm doing a documentary. I'm always doing documentaries. And if you're interested in funding a documentary, oh man, I got so much. It's almost like there's a kid or a person, I don't know, I haven't spoken to him yet, Cryptid Seeker, who's doing some really cool videos about my stuff. He's the one that really put the nail on the coffin with that video 3 showing that the Sasquatch is like, nearly 10 feet tall. But yeah, I just need to get back to work and do all this stuff. Tamara, funny meeting while watching, Todd? Funny meeting while watching? Are you around me, Susan? Are you around me? Am I meeting you right now? Thank you for the message, Susan. Todd, greetings from I gotta go to Massachusetts, Manny. Are you getting something? You should bigfootencounter@gmail.com to actually, this is kind of a Russell Crowe's a key. Even I thought he was an Aussie. Anyways, if I don't know, just bigfootencounter@gmail.com, and you can Amanda will forward that stuff to me. I saw Amanda on here. She's always so awesome. Man, Amanda and Phil, I'm so grateful for you guys. Thank you so much for your help. Anyways, Manny, I got to go to Massachusetts. I got a couple things to do down there. Actually, even let's think about this. I'm not allowed to talk, but in Boston, they got a professor down there that wants to meet me. He's going to pay for my flight and my hotel. Canadians can go to the United States because we don't have much COVID going on here anymore. We did some pretty hardcore. Most people in Canada and the businesses really, quarantined up, and it shows. So Canadians are allowed to go to the U.S., but Americans are not allowed to come to Canada yet. They're working on that. Another 30-day restriction for Americans coming here. But anyways, I want to go to Massachusetts, Boston specifically. I love that Boston access, and I love that Boston accent. And so if there's some stuff going on down in Boston, let me know. I'm very interested. So Tamara says, Todd, so odd to me. My husband online by account 15 plus years ago. That's cool. Yeah. Is my account? My God, I haven't been on YouTube for 15. Hello, Parkway. Horribly buffering here. I'm sorry about that. Not in sync with the stream. I rebooted. No, it's not. It's not rebooting. It's actually like that, and I apologize. Just hopefully the audio keeps going. I would turn the video off and just do all audio if that helped, but I don't think it was. Jamie says I had something. I once had something walk for step with me. I think step for step with me. My screen's blinking right now. I apologize. Just 40 yards inside the wood a few years back. It was eerie. Does that sound like a Sasquatch, Todd? Yes. Or it's how's that go? How's that go? Anyways, it's either what's that Burt Reynolds movie from back in the day? I forgot the name of it. Sorry, I'm not getting much sleep. But anyways, it's either a crazy hillbilly, like a bear. No animal does that. But you know what? Actually, Sasquatch really. I'm from Canada, and I do a lot of work in the United States, in Montana, Idaho, Washington State, especially. And I've never heard. There's no animal no person has ever done that to me. This is James I'm responding to. James, do you think it could have been a man? Actually, it could always be a man. There could always be some incredibly awesome native out there, or somebody who's totally amazing. So you always have to keep that in mind. But Sasquatch absolutely do that. They like to play that little cat and mouse game. They're not going to harm you, but you're definitely the mouse. And I can't tell you. They'll be walking, and then I stop, and then you hear them stop, And it's definitely, and I've been to the point where like I see the tree breaks, I see the tracks, I've confirmed it. So they did that in my original research area. Got video 8 was by, they were literally, they would, when I would walk, they would walk. When I would run, they would run. And that was the whole point, is that video 8, I don't think I've really specifically talked about this. So what happened is, there's a corridor that I go through because I'm a man and it's easier to get through on the trail. But so I'm my back live. So I'm just going to talk about this. So again, so for video 8, what I was doing, even what I was going to do with Survivor Man, I was really excited to do this because I knew if I ran out of the research area, what happens when you run, even a Sasquatch, is you don't get the amazing, when you're moving fast, you can lose, am I frozen again? My goodness, this is unacceptable. I'm at 5G here, guys. This used to work way better than this. I used to do these live shows like this all the time. I don't know if I'm talking about this. Anyways, when you're running through the wilderness, hopefully you guys can hear me. You know, all the sounds, you can't be as stealthy. So, and when I'm running, the Sasquatch at least have to light jog to keep up with me. Anyways, the corridor that I came through, they didn't come down that way. They never did. They always took the shortcut. So what I did is I ran down to the corridor and then I stopped. And they were waiting for me to come up the other side, and I actually stopped and went back up. And I was looking for them to come over the hill. And they did. That's what that Sasquatch in video 7 is. It's a Sasquatch up a tree, and he's looking down, waiting for me to come over the hill. And I didn't follow my normally scheduled program. I'm talking like literally dozens of times. I just run that ridge, run that ridge, run that ridge. They see it and they know it and they live it, and that's what I always do. And I created that pattern. Like, it's even a prey pattern that's dangerous. Deer can't do, if deer do prey patterns, the wolves of the mountain lions will get them. You always got to keep switching things up. But I did that because I wanted that piece of footage. And unfortunately, I was not able to ever do that with Survivor Man. He just never had the time to get out there. We had so much work. And it really, really sucked that he didn't get to be out there. It's just, you know, the reality of what Survivor Man and I do. Like, he has a TV show. He has to, you know, he has all these parameters to adhere to. And we couldn't just go out and have fun and go kick some ass. It was business. And, you know, I never had Survivor Man or Jeff Meldrum ever out for just to go do Sasquatch, nothing to do with business. It was always business with these guys. So John Bitternego came out. He was always business too, but and everybody, you know, they're always, Survivor Man has to watch me and make sure that I'm being authentic, and you know, and plus they're my mentors and my teachers and all these guys. So, and they have big reputations. So they're always watching me closely, which I don't mind, but it's really the best results you get when you're just loving nature and being out there and appreciating the abundance and having that wonderful joy feeling. So, hey Todd, what have Sasquatch taught the people that we still use today? That's a really good question. That's from Emperor's Own. What have they taught us that we still use today? I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. That is such an amazing question. What a brilliant freaking question. What have they taught us that we still use? You know what? I know. Well, I don't know if people still, the most elite hunters and trackers do this thing. You ever seen this native walk where the natives will go, and try to film this, where they go toe heel, toe heel. And what happens is when you walk toe heel, it sounds like this, tuk, 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 tuk. So when you step like that, a deer or an elk, when you're hunting them, they don't run away because they think you're a deer or an elk. If you walk through the bush and go bop, 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 you're walking like a man, and believe me, deer and elk know what a man sounds like, and they're afraid of us because we're hunters. They evade us, obviously. So I am absolutely certain that it's a Sasquatch that taught native people to do that. And that teaching was passed on to white hunters back when white men first came here. Remember, the natives taught white people how to hunt? White people were starving. I think that's why, isn't that why they celebrate Thanksgiving in the United States? Because the natives came and saved white people because they were starving to death and dying from scurvy and starvation and cold. And the natives taught white people how to survive. It's true. It taught us how to hunt. And that technique, what a good question. Like, isn't that an awesome, that's why I love doing this show. You guys are brilliant. So I don't know if you can look that up or anything, but I did that. This is going to be hilarious. So there was a herd of elk, And I was the first time I ever tried it. So I'm going toe heel, toe heel. So it's puck, 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 puck. When I walked right up to a herd of elk, and they like, and actually I had the wind gauge and everything, obviously. So they just didn't even care. I walked right up into the middle of a herd, and I got there too because I was staying in the trees, and they just thought that I was pushing through the trees, and the elk didn't care. They just thought I was a deer or something because I was doing it so well. And then I was like, "Hey, I'm a human. What are you doing? Fear me!" So I yelled, "Fear me!" And all these elk, I didn't know which way to go because I was in the middle of the herd. They're like, "What way do we go?" And you know what they look for is they look for the matriarch or the lead elk to lead them. And the lead elk was like, "I don't know what the hell. He's not supposed to be in the middle of the freaking herd. How did he get here?" So anyways, the elk just sort of were looping around and freaking out. And one of them kind of came charging past me. Like, that's how confused they were. They didn't know which way to run. So one came charging past me. It kind of ticked me off. So, and then he charged past me and he stopped, and I was kind of trying to run out of the way. So this elk stopped and got my way. He was about like a 3-year-old male. So I couldn't stop. So I booted him in the ass because I was coming down the mountain, right? So I booted his elk in the ass, and he went spinning. I don't know, he fell a little bit, he spun, and he was just like, you know, it was so funny. Like, I actually used that technique that Sasquatch taught the natives, that natives taught white people, and then I picked it up. But actually, my native teacher taught me that, so I don't know where. I think maybe I got it more from the natives who got it from Sasquatch. But man, I'll never forget the look of that elk when I booted him in the ass. I didn't know, the elk are big. I didn't realize, well, I'm not very big. I'm probably with my equipment on, maybe I'm 250, 260, you know, because your equipment's heavy. But I didn't realize when I jump and I booted him in the ass that he would spin so hard. And it's lucky that the ground was kind of flat there. Otherwise, I'd have booted that elk right off the freaking mountain. Anyways, that's boot the ass in the elk story because of you guys' awesome, amazing questions. And yeah, so and another reason I think that the Sasquatch taught us that. Well, my native teacher told me that, but it's the way their foot is built too. Their foot is built with that mid-tarsal joint that it'd be easier for them. It's kind of like I bump the ball of my foot, then I bump, they would bump the whole flat of their foot and then the other flat of their foot. So Sasquatch would do that really well. So, and I'm very sure that Sasquatch taught, I mean, my native teacher told me that. He told me lots of stuff, but a lot of these techniques that you're asking me about that to do with Sasquatch teaching people, I mean, berries, foraging, who knows, right? But even the high-end techniques that the Cree people and the Northern Cree Indians that are my main mentors, the Nakotas too, I guess, from Morley and Chief Chiniki. I've had some teachers from there, but their high-end techniques are not really. It's something that natives do, but not that we do. You know, who knows about drying meat, bannock, and all that stuff? I don't know. It's a little bit speculative, but wow, really cool question, right? Fun answers too. I always wanted to tell that elk boot in the ass story, but I never had an opportunity till now. So Ashley says, is this about Bigfoot the creature thing, or is this about something I misunderstood? I'm a Bigfoot guy. Ashley Novak, thank you for joining us today, Ashley. Hopefully you guys can hear me right now. And I'm a Bigfoot guy. I'm still going through the cough. It sucks. I'm trying not to cough today. Sorry about that. Hey, so Billy says, hey, Todd. My screen is blinking. When you were still a skeptic, did you believe the Patterson-Gimlin film was real? No, I didn't. I believed, I actually saw a TV show where they talked about how the godfather of Bigfoot was proven a hoax. And it was a guy who had been planting fake Bigfoot tracks was proven a hoax. And the networks, all, since they're so full of crap, which they mostly are, they made it sound like the guy who made the Patterson-Gimlin film was the same guy that made these. Actually, they definitively made it. So the guy who made the fake tracks was Patterson from the Patterson film, and he was a hoaxer and a fraud. So I thought that was, yeah, I didn't think it was real. So, and I was wrong. So how much does one of your expeditions cost to attend? Go to discoveringbigfoot.org and look at the expeditions page and go through that. Which color do you think is the most common in Sasquatch, Todd? Black. I don't think there is. I think dark. I don't think there is a red Sasquatch. I think you're just seeing a brown Sasquatch with direct sunlight underneath it, behind him. I've never seen a red Sasquatch. I don't think, well, maybe they exist, but I highly, highly doubt it. They're very, very dark brown. Jane looks red, and she is very, very dark brown, almost black. So their colors, all that I've ever seen, and I've seen them looking reddish, but that's only a dark brown one with direct sunlight behind them. Direct sunlight. It makes you look a little bit reddish. But even the videos that potentially have been authentic that I've seen, direct sunlight was behind them when they look reddish. So there's a link to discoveringbigfoot.org and Amanda. So I make all kinds of, there's all sorts of stuff going on with my exhibitions right now. Actually right now, a lot of Americans have had to quit because of the COVID. So I'll announce this, expeditions are, at least 30% off. So call me up, make a deal. Because a lot of people that have committed to come, it sucks. Really good, awesome people that worked really hard and were very excited to come are not coming, and it sucks. So many, like I'm extremely disappointed. These amazing, awesome, phenomenal people from the United States. 80% of my exhibitioners are from the United States, and a good 30% of them had to quit because of COVID. I'm gonna just do one more question. My phone's dying, guys, right now. This has been such a fun show. Hi, Todd. What's the First Nations people general feeling about Sasquatch? Fear and worriness? Competitors for resources? Cooperation? Holy crap, is that ever a good question? Some of them are afraid of Sasquatch. Actually, a lot of them. I think in First Nations Canada, I think it's mostly fear. So fear and weariness. If you see a Sasquatch, 3 people are going to die in your family. Or if you look at a Sasquatch and keep looking at them, 3 people are going to die in your family. Junaquah, terrified of it on Vancouver Island here. The Cree people, same thing. They even called him, there's some Sasquatch they called Big Brother. And they always be like, if you follow Sasquatch, if you chase a Sasquatch, this death is going to happen, this horrible catastrophe is going to happen, So it was mostly fear and worriness at the medium level, but at the high end level of never competition for resources, never, always abundance. And but at a higher level where my teacher and the high up elders reverence for the species like holy men, like shaman, admired and deeply respected. So that's all I'm going to be able to do. Throwback Thursday will be the rest of my mini doc. It'll be the last Throwback Thursday because expeditions are so hard. Precious, how are you? Thank you for showing up again. Awesome. LOL Ashley, I don't know what that is. Cactus Tex, hi hun. So also, I don't know, Amanda and Phil, you guys going to go do the chat room after? So put that up right away if you're going to do it. People talk about the smell. Do bears smell? Bears have a smell. Yeah, when it's wet, I can smell bear. Oh, bear scat has a smell. So yeah. Absolutely, bear has a smell. Sasquatch has a smell. Mountain lion, oh my God. Mountain lion scat, oof, I'll tell you, just once in my whole life. I was out backcountry with my native teacher, and I saw some mountain lion scat. And a lot of times, biologists and people like me, even my native teacher, will pick up elk scat and look at it. So I just put one finger on mountain lion scat. Oh my God, I couldn't even, right now I don't want to put my finger in my face. So I didn't have any soap or bleach, preferably, to get that smell off. But I'll tell you, I touched mountain lion scat. Just touched the poop once, and it's just, whoa, it was the nastiest, horrible cat smell you'll ever. It was just foul, nasty, and I couldn't get that smell off. I was rubbing pine sap on it. I put my finger to it, froze. Really got frostbite at a creek. That smell was not coming off, and my teacher was just laughing at me, going. I remember him telling me, like, this is my native teacher, Musqua, and he's all about nature. He's all about, plants and organic and get back to nature. I remember him telling me, yeah, you need real chemicals to get that smell off. So, yeah, that was pretty funny, pretty hilarious, but yeah, don't touch mountain lion scat. It has a certain look to it. And I highly recommend, if you want to identify mountain lion scat, go for the look, find out what it looks like. Don't touch it. Do not touch it. So thanks so much for the show today, guys. Any info, advice, Sasquatch in East Tennessee, the Smoky Mountains. I think I was talking about that earlier. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. And I'll be back next Wednesday with, I'll make sure I never do this Wi-Fi ever again, guys. I have a bit of a family emergency, so I appreciate you guys. This show is so fun. I really hope most of it shows up. Hi Todd, what do you think about rock clacks? Oh, what do I think they mean? Just trying to get your attention. They're just trying to. The rock clacks are just. They're trying to see how smart you are or how ignorant you are. Because if you hear clack clack, only Sasquatch do that. There's no other reason for that. It's just Sasquatch testing you and seeing how smart you are. I could answer you guys' awesome questions, but my phone is really dying. But there's the newsletter that Amanda's talking about. That's fantastic. And there's Phil. Chat room is open. Yes, there's the link for it. I'm going to answer one more question. And if my phone dies, this will be the end of the show. Thank you so much. But one more question. Do you think Sasquatch may be sub-capable to the same diseases as humans? Absolutely yes. When I would go back to see gorillas at the Calgary Zoo, they make you put on masks but this is like 10, 15 years ago, way before COVID, because a flu would kill them, a cold would kill them. Gorillas, chimpanzees, and human beings, I mean, they share immensely similar DNA. I mean, for women and those of you that know about women, like all animals, horses come in season, dogs have their heat cycles every 6 months. Humans do monthly cycles. So do gorillas and chimpanzees and human beings and Sasquatch. So our all viruses that affect us, I mean, they'll kill gorillas. Even they're doing that with the gorillas right now. They won't even let people go out there with this COVID thing going on. If you have any cold, sometimes even doctors will examine you to check you for cold or flu symptoms, because you give one of these sicknesses to a gorilla and the whole troop will die because they can't deal with our illnesses. So absolutely. Another question, Amanda. We're moving back to Texas next month, and I'll be almost 4 hours from our spot. Hallelujah. I can get almost every weekend and stay. Get ready to oh my God, Cactus Tex. If there's something I can do, please. We won't be long now. Oh, I would. Cactus Tex, if you can get this discovery done. If you get this discovery done, I'm flying. Whoever gets this discovery done, I'm flying out and I'm getting an autographed picture of you signed. You're gonna be my hero. So sincerely, Cactus Tex, heartfelt. I wish you heartfelt, tremendous success. And, you know, good luck, sir, or ma'am. It's Cactus Tex, that sounds male, but really, really sincere good luck. Could there be Sasquatch out with gigantism? Can you imagine? So Jesse from Alberta, I've thought about that. Can you imagine a Sasquatch with gigantism? Like the Andre the Giant of Sasquatch, 15 feet tall. And people are seeing that stuff, so I don't know. And how often does gigantism happen? So once again, Phil says the chat room is open after. Todd, you got to explain the walking video. I don't know what you mean, Chrissy. I'm also on Facebook. You guys can send me questions on Facebook. Since my show was pretty mediocre today, go to Facebook and send me some questions, and I'll get back to where I'm staying, and I'll answer a whole bunch of questions. Chat room is open. Click the link there. Thank you so much, Phil and Amanda. You go to that chat room, everybody, and you talk to Phil and Amanda. These people watch all my shows. They've watched all my movies. Amanda is doing new work. She reviews everything. And I've seen Amanda answer questions on my behalf, and same with Phil. They do a stellar job. If it comes from Amanda and Phil, it's coming from the mouth of Todd Standing. And if they screw it up, they'll answer to me, which they don't. They're awesome. So be very grateful for Phil and Amanda, and listen to those two. They know stuff. Even look at Cactus Tex is talking to Amanda, not to me, because Amanda knows more stuff, something that I don't know, which is awesome. Thank you so much, Amanda. Last question. My phone's about to die. What was Sasquatch why was Sasquatch keep messing with you at nighttime? You're not harming them. They like the cat, because at nighttime, if you have a fire, everything can see you for what? 2, 3, 20 miles. Like the little fire is visible for 20 miles, and it's almost like you're naked exposing yourself. You couldn't expose yourself anymore. You can see me right now when you have light in the dark, and they're hidden more, because when you're looking at light, you turn over and look at the darkness, you can't see as well. You must know this. Your eyes take 22 minutes to adjust. If you have fire and you're looking at fire, you turn around and look into the night, your eyes are going to take 22 minutes to adjust, at least 3 minutes to properly adjust. And the Sasquatch know this. So your night vision goes to crap. So they become enormously advantageous over you. They're much more comfortable. They see perfectly well at night. And you're literally just exposing. And there's something else too. There's a new thing that's nighttime that has to do with fire. Fire goes snap, crack, snap. And the Sasquatch see that as a competition to them about who can make a louder snap, crack, snap. So sometimes the Sasquatch will break branches and break trees to be competing with you to make that snapping sound. So there's a pretty cool few things about it, but I definitely have to go now, people. Thank you so much. Lavir Lichinsi, lung damage from hiking the cold. You are correct. Don't hike in below -20 at high altitude, because then when you get a cold, you cough for 3 or 4 weeks. Thank you so much, guys. You guys must know you're awesome. I mean, you guys must know how freaking amazing you are. These questions that I get, it never, ever, oh my God, it's so amazing. And I have some surprises coming up very soon, so stay tuned for that. Lots of stuff. I'm really sorry I didn't do Sasquatch Sunday. My dad is literally getting surgery. He's extremely ill. It's not an excuse, guys. He's just, my dad is elderly, and I'm very scared about his health right now. So I'm here with him, and go to the chat room, have so much fun. You guys are look at all these questions. You know, I bet you Amanda could answer a lot of these questions, and too. You guys are absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. I'll definitely be back. You guys make me addicted to this Wednesday live show. It's you guys' fault. I'm so addicted to it because you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for tuning in. You guys take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Good night.